let's speculate about this. I was talking about the Frederick, and now they ban out the Alpha and the X-Borg, both being very famous of chunking down
hujan geluduk-geluduk. Tapi di sini juga kayak ada geluduk.
Girls, not discriminating.
Tapi nggak tahu hujan atau enggak. Gak kedengeran, Cok. Seberom gak sih itu? Wih, ada Benedetta. Benedetta nomor 4 Rusia nih, Babang Mat. Di sini hujan kayak lagi petang. Emang ini udah petang gak sih hitungannya? Terus kita ngomongin hujan. Jakarta hujan, wah. Suka banjir nggak sih Jakarta? Kalau suka banjir, hati-hati ya guys. Wih, beneran keluar Fredrin anjir.
Did I not call it, Stafa?
You did call it.
Hujan angin dorder gelap. Dorder.
No. I'm a failed analyst, alright?
Oh, kayak lagi perang.
Now RRQ HOSHI, last pickup here. They kind of need some kind of physical damage unless this Benedetta is going for damage build. Because they already have a lot of magic damage. They need a little bit more physical.
Banjir
they kind of need a tank killer as well.
Mungkin kalau banjirnya nggak yang arus gitu, orang seneng.
Quite solid pick.
Yeah, because
caster yang kanan.
You do need a fighter jungler to deal with Fredrin. And then if you can handle the dive somewhat, then it'll be really good. So the game seems like a pretty solid pick out there. But we are seeing slightly different compositions here going into game number 2. What do you think, Lafel?
Looking at RRQ HOSHI, they want to fight with a little bit more control. We gotta see what Dyran picks up as his battle spell as well. Will it be the Revitalize or will it be the Petrify? But having the Bane makes it so that
Bennett Dyran iya deh kayaknya.
Right, you're moving backwards.
Bane.
You're letting Benedetta do her own thing.
Nggak bisa ini ya.
Because if they dive in with the deadly catch, you're able
Game
to
2 Agung.
creating more space for it in the time. So
Jadi keinget neng. Apa itu neng.
And for Aurora, this is like MLBB 2 years ago, where you have the Fredrin, where you're just forcing fights time and time again, and except this time, having the Eve, you're able to slow down the enemy so much, so you can able to dish out
Let's go.
and the Cho as well.
Tyron
I'm
Bennett.
sure Cho is gonna have drill. This is still, even though it's like utility over utility over utility, Aurora's 3-man mid lane is actually very strong.
Yeah, I can totally see where you're coming from there as well. So now that we're back in the land of dawn for game number 2, ladies and gentlemen, I feel inclined to remind you of the stakes, because if Aurora are able to take one more game, they immediately qualify to the next stage of the Snapdragon Pro Series. RRQ needs to do everything in their power to stop their tracks.
Right now, we got to do a little bit of house cleaning here. But first of all, I'm looking at the gold lane here. It looks like Dominkite is actually having priority over Skylar. Something to note here is that Dyran is going to be using the Revitalize. And looking at Dyran's talent setup, looks like he's going to be a little bit more aggressive, having the
kamera bawah. Ya Tuhan, lihat Idoknya udah tinggal segitu darahnya anjir tiba-tiba.
Speaking of aggression though, down here,
siapa sih yang mengoperasikan kamera ini?
Punishment from Yue and Renegade. Idok not really catching a break this series. In game 1, he was getting abused pretty hard in the first few minutes too.
Oh, and something we haven't highlighted, Renegade, Cho is his hero, man. Like,
true.
No matter which lane he goes to, if he's playing jungle, EXP, or whatever, if he's using the
Aurora ini masuk M6 kan?
Fans, they don't have to worry about anything.
Wah anjing.
Ooh, there we go.
Hilang itu Skylar.
Love to see it. Just turn Skylar into a pile of mush for first blood.
You say love to see it? I would say debatable. It depends.
I mean, if you're on the receiving end, you know,
yeah,
you won't see it before you're turned into a pile of mush, so it's fine.
Yeah, honestly, Fredrin is a TikTok favorite, man. Like, so many clips of 4,000 damage on the Princess Wrath. It's like, ugh.
Even I have a TikTok clip on Fredrin. That's how you know
really?
there's a lot. Yeah, I do actually.
Maksudnya itu.
Oh,
Masuk M6 kan.
There you go. You got the Chos, you got the Fredrins. So now with RRQ HOSHI, they're still fine.
Berarti ini runner up melawan runner up.
So
Astaga, Skylarnya mati lagi,
Cok. It's kind of not okay.
Kenapa sih?
Yeah, UA continuing his control of the skies from the last round by taking out Skylar himself in the bot lane, despite it being a 2v3. That real world manipulation being able to extend all the way under tier 1. And now we can see why they picked up this hero despite having to face a Valentina.
Yeah, UA now as well. In the previous game, he was basically untouched. Perhaps the same thing can be said about this game, because looking at how Renegade is moving around. Oh, now Demon Kite as well.
Deadly Catch able to stop Demon Kite from going forward. Entropy allows Skylar to walk back as well. That means that Aurora cannot continue their pursuit here. So RQ with some breathing room, but unfortunately they found her in. Though with the Purify, he is fine.
Do you worry if Fredrin comes back to the meta, Staffa?
Well, we haven't seen him in a long time, so I actually don't mind seeing him a little bit. What I do worry about is if we see nothing but Fredrin.
Okay. You know what? I'll agree with you there. Fredrin is fine. Not every game, Fredrin. Speaking of every game, looking at the top lane here, it looks like Darren gets punished so hard, and now Demon Kai goes to the jungle.
Not able to get his own purple buff. Avatar the Guardian a bit too late. Oh wow, he just gets kicked back into the freezer. Demon Kite has some takoyaki for dinner. Unfortunately, Edog and Skylar
gila, Skylar mati lagi nih mah.
Oh enggak. And are able to walk back into their own tier 1 to be able to stay safe from the rest of Aurora.
I mean, so far, Aurora is having amazing control. 1.5k gold ahead. And Demon Kite, he's basically 80% HP here. He's completely fine with contesting the turtle again. And again, Fredrin is one of those turtle contests that is very hard for you to really do anything. Especially as a Bane that lost his purple buff that doesn't have retry. Yeah, this is going to be a free turtle for Aurora all day, every day.
RQ understand it as well. And we can see them all.
Gila, Skylar diincar terus anjir, capek ngeliatnya.
Looking for Skylar, not able to find him. But with the wave cleared up, Domin Kite not going to be able to find too much more gold off of it. Dyren wants to look for an ult, but without Petrify, he's not really able to set up. So Aurora just gets to walk away.
Looking at the gold leaderboard here, both side laners for Aurora is actually doing very, very well. Now, even the jungler, they're shifting between Demon Kite as well as Sutsujin, but really a big difference here. 3.7k for the Moskov, and Skylar is nowhere near.
Fredrin bukannya di buff. Oh iya, Fredrin di
buff. Good sign, because we literally mentioned earlier, Nathan as a hero just is so strong in general throughout the game, and Aurora knows this. So
yeah, penting banget memang dia nge-clear lane ini, penting banget.
Lane in particular, just to make sure that Doming has a great time.
Lebih penting daripada Rins dikejar di tengah aja.
Oh, we heard you're strong, but are you 1v3 kind of strong? It looks like not really. Like, as strong as the hero is, going up against Renegade, UA, Demon Kite, as well as Doming Kite, it's a very big ask for Skylar on this Natan, especially when we see when Edog comes to help save him, Edog takes so much damage that he really can't contribute too much, and Skylar, whether he likes it or not, has to stay under his turret.
He may be able to walk through time, but he's not really able to walk through people. Aurora gonna continue initiating on the bot lane, targeting Edog. Nagatot again forced back, even the Spear of Destruction, just to contribute a little additional damage.
Waduh, Sutsujin kena anjir.
Right into the real world manipulation, and that is going to be a dead Sutsujin. Dyren trying to stop UA, but again, no Petrify. He can only just walk back. Renegade being as annoying as we expect, and Aurora continuing to apply pressure, looking for even more across the map. Tier 1 gonna be the target. Abrasive Trap does some solid damage once again. Real one manipulation though this time. But he's able to still walk away despite everything.
Bahagia banget nih casternya, Cok.
How is that fair? How is that fair? Demon Kite still survives after all of that, getting tower shot, being in the real world manipulation.
Transisi balik lagi dari assassin jungler, fighter jungler, tank jungler.
He lives up to his name, he can kite anything, even on a slow hero.
RQ mainnya pasif banget gak kayak kemarin. Overthinking kan deh.
Going on to Dyren. It looks like not gonna be much there. Aurora, like you said, Staffa, just keeps on putting the pressure, making it so that RRQ HOSHI don't have time to breathe. And looking at how Edog has been playing, this is one of those times where I reminded myself of my rank games and why I don't like using roam.
You know, I absolutely understand because I feel the same way. I feel really bad for EDOC right now. His score is 1-0-0. Actually pretty good for a roam, but he's been able to contribute so little to the overall game so far.
Yeah. But to be fair, no one from RRQ HOSHI really has an impact so far. Dairon hasn't, Rins hasn't, Susujin hasn't. This really does feel like RRQ HOSHI. They're just playing for farm, and they're not trying to find unnecessary fights. Or at least for RRQ HOSHI, most of the fights seem unnecessary just because even if we do fight, what are the chances that we're going to win? It's very low.
Dairon in trouble. Spear of Destruction already connected, and here comes Renegade. Ivor9 keeps him alive for a little bit, but not against 3 members of Aurora. They're just continuing to find picks everywhere across the map. And even though it seems like a lot has happened so far, actually only 7 kills in total this game, 5 in favor of Aurora.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but RRQ HOSHI, they need to find an opportunity to get something here. Because again, they're playing very, very defensive. And this is not to their fault. This is how their draft is systematically supposed to be played. But again, once they have an opportunity to turn things around, then it's going to be good. The bad thing here is Tafa is that from Aurora, not a single person has more than 3 kills. So no big shutdown goal will be held. Even if they kill Demon Kite, the amount of gold they get from Demon Kite is
tapi Dairon pun bukan pakai Petrify ya.
And this is one of the positives as well of just Filipino gameplay, where if there's not a lot of kills, no matter how far ahead you are, you dying actually doesn't create that much of an impact because you just don't have any shutdown gold to give away. Next Lord now gonna be the target. Aurora gonna take their time with this one.
RRQ HOSHI, they're trying to use this Lord as a bit of a leverage to keep Aurora
tendang kah?
Susujin gets found out by Renegade.
Sumpah Susujin kena tendang terus, cok.
Right into the rest of the Aurora gang, and Appraiser's Draft finishes him off. UA wins the death box fight against Rins. Skylar has to use Entropy defensively. Dairon will be able to get some split push in on the bottom side of the map, but is it gonna be enough?
Honestly, this might be over for RRQ HOSHI because rarely do we see that happening where a jungler gets straight up caught by a Cho, because usually you would have your members of the team or the jungler himself opening up the map. Like, look at this. It's weird that Susujin, maybe he was looking at his items or something, but he reacted so late towards Renegade catching him there. I mean, Bane doesn't have a dash, so even if he notices, what else is he gonna do, you know? But still, this shows that might be over.
Renegade actually caught out between all 5 members, but survives on 10% HP, even after everything. With all the resources spent, Susujin just barely able to secure his orange buff.
I mean, if this keeps on going on, Stafa Aurora looks like they have the first ticket to go to the next stage. Right? They can do it. RRQ HOSHI only with 2 kills, down by 5,000 gold. I don't think Skylar has the Holy Crystal just yet. And at this point, he might need the Divine Glaive as well.
It's a complete reversal from what we saw in their match against Fnatic Onyx yesterday. Aurora showing them how it is done. The wave are gonna be a beautiful 3-man flicker Jikundo knockout right into the real world manipulation. No one can be doing some damage as Dairon comes in with the electro final blow, but he's not able to really do anything at all. Vengeance gonna be soaking all of that up, and now Domenkite is in the base. He takes a double kill. Only leaving Rins alive. This is the opening Aurora wanted. 3v1. They're gonna push straight down mid and look to end game 2.
Keburu gamut sama casternya,
cok. Would say that what Domenkite did was a mistake.
Gak apa-apa lah,
the dopamine you get from doing that cool of a play.
Cuma emang agak beda ya cara mainnya ya, kayak pasif banget.
I mean, like,
he should rename himself to Dopamine.
Aduh, belum lagi.
You're a goddamn genius, Tafa.
Pengen gue mute aja anjir, casternya gimana ya? Kayak jadi nggak menikmati.
That's, you know what? There you go. You know what? Yeah, I approve. 10 out of 10.
Nice. I got approval, guys. Happy about that one. Ooh, Edward didn't. Oh!
Edward died.
He tried to jump back in to jump away, and then he just blew up. This is where Natan does start getting
mute
a
aja
little bit
casternya.
scary, but they only
Iya,
have
sumpah.
one inhibitor to play
Maksudnya
with.
Yeah, but you know, that's
Sumpah.
good.
Aduh anjing, pemilihan katanya juga gitu. Gue jadi ke distract sama casternya daripada ini.
If you're in RQ's position, any good thing that happens, you just gotta take it, right? If your manager buys you a burger, you're like, we're losing, but at least we get a burger. You gotta be happy with what you got.
You know what, Lafel, you are absolutely right. Sometimes you just gotta appreciate the little things in life. And right now, any little victory RQ can get.
Mana tinggal lucu aja semua.
Yeah, right now RQ they're probably talking about, you know what?
Gak tahu aku kayak serapain.
You know what would be even better if we can
Maaf ya, gue ke distract banget coba sumpah.
Problem is they can't move forward.
Ya, kita fokus.
Karena
Karena memang sudah diakui lah, mereka ini kuat, ya udah gitu. Jadi kayak kalau kalahnya sama yang kuat, ya udah gitu tuh. Makanya gue jadi kayak malah bete-nya sama caster. Bisa yuk, tapi goldnya Skylar lumayan loh. Ya walaupun.
Oh yeah, honestly not bad. And looking at the gold here, Skylar has
di carry Skylar dulu untuk saat ini. Santet aja sekali, jangan dong. Jangan. Tapi lihatlah, itu Fredrina tebal banget, Cok. Gak tau ya, mungkin bisa sih ditembus sama Skylar. Wah, dia udah bukain trofi lagi. Oh, buat clear itu ya.
Absolutely, but I don't depend on them. The Lord is crashing in. They're taking a
good
amount of damage. Edok in a lot of trouble. Avatar the Guardian forward. Maybe should use the defensively, but he's actually able to survive and clear the minion wave for now. Werewolf manipulation being used by Riz to actually deal with a lot of the minions coming in for Aurora and even take out Yue at the same time. RRQ Hoshi are able to
Skylar udah mulai ada damage nih. Iya sih. Kita nggak ada ini ya. Wah, Skylar. Wah. Gak apa-apa guys, ente. Sumpah gue nggak kesel sih RRQ kalah, kayak ya udah aja, emang mereka kuat gitu. Ente nggak apa-apa. Semangat RRQ, next game bisa.